down. Here's a look at the participants here. Georgia's going to run in lane 3, 7th best time in the country this year. They've got Aaliyah Butler leading it off, who had a facility record in the 400 earlier on today. LSU will run out of lane number 7. Ella Anajuevo, who's had an excellent championship so far, will run the leadoff leg. And Caitlin, what's the biggest key to a successful 4x400?
First of all, I want to continue to harp on the importance of handoffs. Y'all be thinking handoffs only matter during that 4x1. However, what you'll see happen frequently as we continue to go through these heats is that sometimes you can be in first, but that gap can be closed if another team has a better handoff than you. The other thing is making sure that you got somebody that's right on your second leg, because they can't be scared to cut in, get to the front, and throw some elbows if they need to.
LSU with a lot of runners who have already participated in multiple events, and Ella Anajuevo of LSU making up the stagger here early on. Georgia's dragging a little bit behind right now. Aaliyah Butler trying to claw them back, but it appears LSU going to be the first to hand off here. In the 4x400 meters, they're going to hand off to Shania Bellamy, who's already qualified in the 100 as well as the 400-meter hurdles. Clemson last handoff there. So LSU out strong. Here comes Georgia, and it was actually Georgia who dethroned LSU in the SEC Outdoors.
Let's see what happens at the cut-in here. LSU doing the smart move. As I said, y'all want to take a diagonal. You don't want to cut straight across. You want to take as long as possible to get to the pole position. We've got Shania Bellamy out in front, but Georgia is looking to close that gap. We have got about 200 meters to go before they make this third handoff.
Georgia was about a half a second better than LSU at the SEC Outdoors to take fourth. Tennessee, South Carolina, and Arkansas went first through third. And Kimberly Harris has done yeoman's work here. She will hand off for the second leg. She's going to hand off to Sydney Harris of Georgia. LSU will have Michaela Rose, who is the NCAA leader in the 800 meters, running this third leg. That's a big ace in the hole.
It is a big ace in the hole, because since Michaela Rose can run something like a 158 in that 800, you know that she's got some star power on her to be able to run a very nice 400 meters.
Georgia, their best time on the year, 3:27.02. LSU's run 3:26.55. What are you seeing right now, Caitlin?
And that's Rainey Wallace for Kentucky. This is her final year wearing the blue uniform, and she is doing everything that she can to move Kentucky into third place. If you don't know, Kentucky has had some, moving around in their relay this year. So for Rainey to be moved up to be on the A team and fight for Kentucky's victory is so strong for her.
So it's SEC 1 through 3 right now. Clemson, though, making a late charge, trying to get in that top 3. It's Georgia with a handoff first on the final leg. This is Haley Tate of Georgia. She's going to try to bring it home for the Bulldogs. LSU will run Gabrielle White here in the final leg, and this one could come down to the home stretch.
Oh my goodness. Georgia is absolutely on fire, baby. It got something to do with them red uniforms. And like you said, Gabrielle White is nobody to be played with. It's looking like it's going to be Georgia and LSU, at least as your top 2. So who will be fighting for that third place position?
Haley Tate and Gabrielle White continuing to battle, but it looks like it might be the Bulldogs here. Haley Tate showing no signs of slowing down. They're going to try to break the collegiate lead of 3:24.44. It might go down. Haley Tate will come to the line, and they will not get the collegiate lead, but 3:26.03 is a new facility record for Georgia. LSU comes in second, Clemson in third, Ohio State in fourth. Kentucky comes in fifth at 3:30.09. Wow, great times in the 4x400, and that's just the first section.
3:26! Are you kidding me right now? Oh my God. I don't even have words to say. Y'all is just fast.
And they're the 7th ranked team in the country. What a time there for Georgia. They take down the meet record that stood since 2018, the facility record that has stood since 2017, and it was Haley Tate who brought them home.
Yes, she did. She did an amazing job. Put it on for the Bulldogs, and Gabrielle White got the job done and got LSU in to the second round.
Second section of the 4x400 meters coming up. Georgia's just run the 3rd fastest time in the country this year. What does Tennessee have in store? They've got the fastest time in the country this season. Giovanni Valcourt will lead things off for the Volunteers in lane number 4. And Valcourt out well in lane number 4, and Tennessee gonna try to put up another big time here in Lexington. Are you seeing anything develop early on?
Not as of right now. Actually, wait. I misspoke. It's looking like North Carolina out in lane 8 is trying to make up some stagger moves, as well as the first leg for Northwestern State.
So some good starts on the outside in lane 7 through 9. North Carolina has indeed made up that stagger. Here comes Northwest State. That's Megan Shaw. They've run 3:32.67, so maybe a dark horse in this field.
And they are definitely playing no games. They are very obviously out in the front, and this should be no surprise. Their men's 4x1 made it out to Oregon yesterday, so I'm sure they got some confidence from their boys.
They've got a lot of speed down there at Northwestern State. We've seen quite a few athletes participate. Tennessee was able to hand off well. So Valcourt handing it off to DeJour Miles, who normally runs the third leg, and look at Miles go. She's already built up the stagger, and again, they will run in lanes just a little bit longer.
Tennessee has got such an amazing runner out front. But it's looking like who's fighting for third place right now? Northwestern State is doing everything that they can to fight and get back to the front, and they are making some money moves right now coming around this final turn.
Northwestern State has moved up into second place, now going to challenge Tennessee here. Here comes Alabama on the outside. Tennessee's drifting back a little bit. Northwestern State will have the lead here at the next handoff. Here comes Miami. You got to have clean handoffs.
And that will be DeJour Miles running third leg for Tennessee, absolutely tracking down Northwestern State. What y'all need to know about DeJour is that she used to wear the Kentucky blue uniform, so she knows this track like the back of her hand because she was at Kentucky for 4 years before she decided to use her 5th year at Tennessee. Not only that, she is a part of Kentucky's, NCAA record 4x400 meter team. So if it's anybody that knows how to get down and dirty in the 4x4, it's DeJour Miles.
Well, she's doing just that right now, and Miles is going to put up a huge split here, and then she will hand it off to Brianna White, who will try to close it out for Tennessee. Again, the best time that we've seen so far today, 3:26.06, which was a facility record from Georgia, their fastest time in the country. What will we see from Tennessee? Miles will bring it to the line. The handoff here to Brianna White, now racing against the clock. Tennessee's run 3:24.44 today. It might be tough to get to that mark, but who knows?
My God, I don't think anybody's going to touch them, but I'm low-key rooting for Northwestern State to see what they're going to do. But right now, it is going to be a strong fight for second and third position because as they continue to move, everybody is switching, but Northwestern State fighting and holding on, moving on into the second place position.
And I don't know if first place is guaranteed right now. Northwestern State's running well, and look at the distance they have made up on Tennessee. Northwestern State trying to get to Eugene. Miami running in third right now, followed by South Florida. Can Tennessee hang on here down the home stretch?
They have got to hold on. If you want to go to Oregon, you got to fight for it right now, baby.
And Tennessee is going to hang on. They run 3:26.46, just behind Georgia's pace, but good for first here in the 4x400. Northwestern State in second. That is their best time of the year, 3:29.22. Miami in third. South Florida in fourth at 3:29.37. And right now, the top 5 teams would make it through.
Wow, y'all is fast, bro. I don't have nothing to say. Y'all is fast. Tennessee, that is a 2-second best on the school record they just ran at SEC's 2 weeks ago. Like, come on now. And then Northwestern State, gotta give them the props for fighting. That was a team who went in with a goal and they made it happen.
So Georgia holding the facility record, best time so far in this 4x400 at 3:26.06. Does South Carolina take a stab at that here? They've got the runners to do just that. Final section of the 4x400, final event at these East Regionals, and what has been a special day where we have seen facility records go down in all but 2 events.
It has absolutely come down to the wire. We have got 3 more big Q spots to hand out to some people today before everyone makes their way out to Oregon. So let's see who those 3 teams are going to be.
Kentucky right now sitting on the bubble at 3:30.09, trying to get to Eugene. So you would need to run better than that in order to get through on time. And we've seen South Carolina start off extremely well. That was Zaya Akins of South Carolina. She's going to hand it off to Jayla Jamison in a minute, but also seeing Harvard running extremely well.
Harvard is running amazing right now.
So South Carolina has the handoff first, and here comes Jayla Jamison. Look at her go out here in Lexington.
She is absolutely cold, everybody. Look at her go. Her teammate got her the baton. She said, look, we're supposed to be out in front. I'm going to make sure we stay out in front.
Well, Jamison has the lead, but there's a charge coming. I believe that's from Harvard right now. They were third at the handoff.
Harvard is doing amazing right now. South Carolina is no 4x4 to play around with. So to be Harvard or literally any other team working to get past South Carolina, you have got to be running something fast. But also look at Southern Mississippi doing such an amazing job of coming around this turn right now.
That's Jada McDougal right there, who has gone out wide into lane number 3. Normally you want to stay as close to that inside as possible, but they're going to hand off here. It's South Carolina with the first handoff, followed by Auburn. And Southern Miss has it third. Some fast splits here early on. And we have got a battle at the front right now between Auburn and South Carolina.
And this is why I love the 4x4, because sometimes you're not going to get no break. It is going to be somebody on your tails and on your heels, and you are going to have to learn how to work with them and make them work for that victory.
South Carolina with Sylvia Chellengat running this third leg. She is trying to stay ahead of the Auburn runner. Mais Varewa looming for Auburn in the anchor leg. South Carolina is going to have Jamesia Ford running the anchor leg. Southern Miss still in third. Harvard in fourth, followed by Penn Duke, a distant sixth right now. Need a clean handoff here if you're South Carolina, and then you go after a facility record with Jamesia Ford.
And she is an absolute dog, okay? She is a true freshman, and every time she come out here and she run this 4x4, she's known for splitting 49s, okay? The girl is an absolute beast, and she knows it.
So Ford, it's her against the clock right now. South Carolina has built some distance on second place. Georgia with the time to beat, 3:26.06. Can Ford track down that time? She would need a good final 200. And Ford making it look easy right now on the track. The field trying to claw back in. Ford's got to go under 12 down the home stretch if she wants to set the facility record.
Look at Isabella Whitaker trying to make some late charges on people.
And Ford close at the line, but it will not be fast enough to set the facility record. South Carolina 3:26.73. Penn comes in second. Whitaker ran a great anchor leg. Harvard in third, and now the time for Auburn matters, 3:31.57. It's not enough. Kentucky is going to Eugene. What an ending to an epic day here in Lexington. The Gamecocks putting up 3:26.73. That would be the third fastest time in the 4x400 at the East Regionals. Georgia with the facility record, followed by Tennessee and South Carolina.
Look at Jamesia Ford go. Oh my goodness, man. She's an absolute dog, and so is the rest of the South Carolina 4x4.
So South Carolina.
And again, Houston, the Cougars in lane 3. In Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, at Ben Franklin Field at the pin relays, they went 3:27.32. That is the number 9 best time in the NCAA. The number 2 best in this West region. Houston in 3, A&M in 6, Arizona in 8. The Big Ten champions, Minnesota in 2. Conference USA champions, UTEP in lane 7. So Houston at this time with a good lead on that very fine first leg by Sydney Townsend for the Cougars. Townsend with a sub 50 400 split puts the Cougars in good position here. Jaden Wood ran a very well run leg in that first for the Aggies. So it's Houston, Texas A&M. Utah. Now Utah in the mix. Houston still running strong in the backstretch. Utah, Texas A&M, Minnesota, Northern Arizona, Colorado. That's about to get really interesting. Oh, look at this. The Cougars of the Bayou City and of the Brazos Valley, the Aggies of Texas A&M. Two of the very best in the Lone Star State, and here go your Houston Cougars. The Cougars with Kelly Ann Beckford. She's been 50 seconds and a little bit of change. Running for the Aggies. Oh, that's Michaela Mouton for Houston. And Kennedy Wade for the Texas A&M Aggies. First two here will cross and punch their tickets. And a well-run 4x4. And Colorado will finish third. Houston at 3:28.14. A&M 3:28.53. Colorado, the Buffalo goes 3:32.19. That's Grable for the Oregon Ducks. Ray White for San Diego State. Samuel Blott of BYU. Maya Valman of Stanford. Tyree Steen for New Mexico State. Naomi Johnson of UCLA. Samara Monroy of TCU. And Mercy Umoibang of Texas Tech. UCLA, the Pac-12 runner-up, they're in lane 7. UCLA, that's Naomi Johnson for UCLA. For TCU, Samira Monroy to the exchange. And Oregon, that's Ella Clayton. She has been 51.92 in the lap. Clayton of Oregon. Hannah Walker of San Diego State. Lainey Jones of BYU. Royzen Willis of Stanford. Janya Hill of New Mexico State. Alyssa Conyers of UCLA. Kelly Denyon for TCU. And Zaire Dumas for Texas Tech. The Oregon Ducks. The Ducks and UCLA of the Pac-12. The Oregon Ducks the Pac-12 champions, UCLA. They were the Pac-12 runner-up, running outstanding times in Boulder, Colorado at their conference championship meet. We're at 216, 217, 218, 219. Oh, this is another Pac-12 shootout here with Oregon and UCLA. Coming up on the exchange, the Ducks and the Bruins on the West Coast. San Diego State running third. BYU, Stanford, New Mexico State, TCU, Texas Tech. Running for Oregon, Katrina Wright. She's been 52:39. Running for UCLA, Kate Jindrzejczyk. Kate has been 52:84. We're at 314, 315, 316. This is Shania Hall for Oregon. For UCLA, Caleb Fletcher down to the finish. Look at this. The Ducks, UCLA, shoulder to shoulder. Oh, call it. Oh, what a 4x400 relay at this West region. And they will go to Eugene, Oregon in great fashion with the Bruins at 3:28:48, 3:28:50, 200ths of a second's difference between the Ducks and the Bruins. Oregon goes 3:28:50. Stanford at 3:32:51. Oh my, 1, 2, 3 Pac-12 in that heat number 2. And the wheels are up and we are full throttle. That's Lauren Jones of Texas, Annalie Robinson of South Dakota, Jada Gibson of Oklahoma, Amabang Oko of Baylor, Chloe Sharp of Fresno State, Rosie Effiong of Arkansas, Madison Campbell of Kansas, and Yimmy John for USC. The Trojans and the Razorbacks. The top teams in this field and in the NCAA. And look at the baton, the Razorbacks, Arkansas, Anning, that's Arkansas's Effiong to Nakisha Price. So Rosie Effiong performing well as always for these Razorbacks. And Nakisha Price on the backstretch for Arkansas, and Madison White of USC running second for these Trojans. Zaya Holman of Texas, with Sarah Reifenrath of South Dakota, Alexis Williams of Oklahoma, Tyra Kelly of Baylor, Iana Ross of Fresno State, Deshauna Skeet of Kansas. The Razorbacks, Texas, USC. Running for the Razorbacks, Kaylin Brown, one of the best ever in Fayetteville. Running for Texas, Canandra Davis. For USC, running third is Jasmine Jones, just at 2:02, 2:03, 2:4, 2:5. This is a good 1,600-meter relay. Arkansas, Texas, and USC. And Kaylin Brown, she'll hand off to Amber Anning. Anning on the anchor. She's been 49 and a little bit. So this will be a 2-3 battle. That's Kansas running fourth. USC running second. 253, 254, 255. Sydney Smith for Kansas. Amber Anning for the Razorbacks. And Gentasia Jones for USC. Oh, this is going to be a good last 110 meters. And here we go. The Razorbacks, what an outstanding 319, 320, 321. And look at Texas and the Longhorns and USC 2 and 3. And Arkansas, the Razorbacks 3:21.92. That will be the best time in the NCAA. 3:21.92, the number 2 time on the world list, the Arkansas Razorbacks. Texas at 3:27.22, they will make the top 5 on the world list and the top of the NCAA. And Arkansas, Texas, and USC 1, 2, and 3. We'll see them in Eugene, Oregon in early June, representing this fabulous West of this region of the NCAA.